Imagine the scene, July 5th, 2025, in Birmingham, England, where the industrial heartbeat of the city pulses under a blood-red sky. Villa Park Stadium is a cauldron of chaos, packed with 40,000 screaming fans, their voices a deafening roar that could wake the dead. Across the globe, millions more are locked onto their screens, eyes wide, hearts pounding, watching a live stream that sold out in a heart-stopping 16 minutes. Why the frenzy? Because tonight, Ozzy Osbourne, the legendary Prince of Darkness, steps onto the stage for his final performance as the frontman of Black Sabbath, the band that forged heavy metal from the ashes of 1960s Birmingham. At 76, battered by Parkinson's disease and a lifetime of rock and roll debauchery, Ozzy is defying fate for one last, earth-shattering show. This isn't just a concert, it's a seismic moment, a funeral for an era, and the night heavy metal weeps. Are you ready to witness history? A historic clash of titans. The Back to the Beginning concert is no ordinary gig. It's a once-in-a-lifetime spectacle that marks the end of a musical dynasty. Birmingham, the gritty, working-class crucible where Black Sabbath was born in 1968, sets the stage for this historic homecoming. For the first time in 2 decades, the original lineup, Ozzy Osbourne's raw, haunting vocals, Tony Iommi's bone-crushing guitar riffs, Geezer Butler's thunderous bass, and Bill Ward's relentless drums, reunites to deliver a final, soul-shaking performance. The stakes couldn't be higher. Osbourne, diagnosed with Parkinson's in 2020, has been brutally honest about his physical decline. "I'm not going up there in a FING wheelchair," he growled in a Rolling Stone UK interview, promising to pour 120% into this farewell despite his frail body and trembling hands. The lineup reads like a metalhead's wildest fantasy. Heavyweight acts like Metallica, Guns N' Roses, Slayer, Tool, Pantera, and Alice in Chains are set to tear the roof off Villa Park, each paying homage to the band that inspired them. A supergroup featuring Billy Corgan of Smashing Pumpkins, Tom Morello of Rage Against the Machine, Slash, and other rock icons adds an extra layer of insanity. Osbourne himself will take the stage for a brief solo set, crooning hits like Crazy Train or No More Tears, before joining his Sabbath brothers for a handful of their timeless anthems, Paranoid, War Pigs, maybe even the eerie, apocalyptic Black Sabbath. But with Ozzy admitting to The Guardian that his health limits him to bits and pieces of the show, fans are left on edge. Will the Prince of Darkness deliver the performance of a lifetime, or will this be a heartbreaking, bittersweet goodbye? The night unfolds. As dusk falls over Birmingham, Villa Park transforms into a cathedral of sound and fury. The crowd, a sea of black leather and band tees, erupts as Metallica's James Hetfield strides into the spotlight, his guitar screaming through Enter Sandman as a tribute to Sabbath's enduring influence. Social media ignites. X-posts flood in, with fans like @MetalheadForLife shouting, "Metallica just set the stage on fire for Ozzy. This is unreal." Sign of the Horns hashtag Back to the Beginning. Guns N' Roses, fresh off rehearsing Sabbath's Sabbath Bloody Sabbath in Norway, storm the stage next. Axl Rose's piercing vocals soar over Slash's blistering solos, delivering a rendition that leaves the crowd in a frenzy. It's like 1987 all over again. One fan posts on X, @RockVibesOnly, while another shares a blurry video of Slash's guitar wail, captioned, "This is for Ozzy. Hashtag Sabbath Forever." The surprises keep coming. Sammy Hagar, a last-minute addition, teases Ozzy's solo classic No More Tears during rehearsals but switches to the high-octane Flying High Again at Tom Morello's insistence. Ozzy's fighting for every note, Hagar told Loudwire Nights. He's planning 5 songs, and you can see the fire in his eyes. The anticipation builds as Tool's Maynard James Keenan delivers a haunting cover of Children of the Grave, and Slayer's blistering set has fans moshering in the stands. X lights up with reactions. Slayer just turned Villa Park into a war zone. Ozzy's gotta be proud. Fire. At Thrash Till Death. Then, the moment the world's been waiting for arrives. The stadium lights dim, and a hush falls over the crowd. Ozzy Osbourne, leaning on a cane and seated on a custom skull-adorned throne, reminiscent of his 2024 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction, emerges from the shadows. The silence shatters as the iconic opening chords of Iron Man rumble through the stadium, Tony Iommi's guitar slicing through the air like a blade. Geezer Butler's bass pulses like a heartbeat, and Bill Ward's drums pound with primal force. Ozzy's voice, weathered but defiant, carries the weight of 50 years of rebellion. "I'll do the best I can," he told The Guardian days before, and he's giving it everything. Every growl, every wail, a testament to his unbreakable spirit. Fans on X are emotional wrecks. Seeing Ozzy with Sabbath one last time. "I'm not crying. You are loudly crying face #Ozzy forever," at SabbathFan68. But not everyone's raising their horns. Some fans take to X to vent frustration over the short setlist. Only 5 songs? Feels like a ripoff for a final show, gripes at Metal Purist. Ozzy, anticipating the backlash, addressed it head-on. "I don't want people thinking we're getting ripped off. It's just a sample of what we've done," he told The Guardian. Defenders rally online, with that rock and roll soul firing back. He's 76, battling Parkinson's, and still performing. Show some respect. This is history. The debate rages across platforms, with Blabbermouth reporting a $27 million economic boost for Birmingham, though some snarky fans quip, that's pocket change next to Taylor Swift's Eras tour. Meanwhile, local businesses, from pubs to merch stands, are cashing in, with one vendor telling NME, "Ozzy's farewell is our Super Bowl." The wild, untamed legacy of Ozzy. To understand the weight of this moment, you have to know the man. Born John Michael Osbourne in 1948 in Birmingham's hardscrabble Aston neighborhood, Ozzy was a working-class kid with big dreams and little prospects. He left school at 15, bouncing between jobs: plumber, slaughterhouse worker, even a car horn tuner, before a brief stint in jail for stealing clothes. Music was his lifeline. At 14, the Beatles' "She Loves You" lit a fire in him, and by 1968, he joined forces with Iommi, Butler, and Ward to form Black Sabbath. Their dark, heavy sound, born from Birmingham's factory clang and post-war grit, birthed heavy metal. Albums like Paranoid, 1970, Master of Reality, 1971, and Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, 1973, became blueprints for a genre, influencing everyone from Metallica to Nirvana. Ozzy's life, though, was as chaotic as his music. The 1982 bat-biting incident, where he chomped the head off a bat he thought was fake, became rock legend, cementing his Prince of Darkness persona. "I was drunk as F," he later laughed to Rolling Stone. His excesses were notorious: drugs, alcohol, a 1989 arrest for attempting to strangle his wife, Sharon, during a blackout. Fired from Sabbath in 1979 for his out-of-control behavior, Ozzy bounced back with a solo career that rivaled his band's legacy.